So you can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully, wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. And so if you'd like to listen in a still position, just allow yourself to take all the time that you need to arrive there. And just let yourself fidget as much as you need to, adjust or stretch or move the body in whatever ways the body wants to move. Doing your best to not think about the movements or worry about what it looks like, but just coming fully into that sense of feeling. And just following those yummy sensations that you might feel when you reach the arms overhead for a big morning stretch. Maybe some neck rolls or side body bends. Just any intuitive movement that your body wants to take. And if what feels best in your body at any time is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness, whenever that feels like what you need. There's also no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move throughout this practice whenever you feel the need to. But at any point, if you haven't already, you can make your way to a still position. Just feeling that the spine is nice and straight in whatever position you've chosen. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you now take a moment to mark your arrival into your practice today and into your body today with a full, intentional cleansing breath. Calling in this fresh new air into the body, filling up to every corner and edge of you. As you just hold that for a moment once you're full, to just stay and experience the sense of fullness for an extra moment. And then as you need to, letting it all go. Exhaling bit by bit. As you gently pull the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to really push that last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment here and experience this emptiness in the body. Allowing your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And you can continue to breathe in this slow and exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you. Not worrying about the actual length of your inhales, exhales, and pauses on either side, but just letting each of these 4 parts of your breath be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. Just consciously, intentionally slowing down the process of our breath. Just a little bit more than what's typical for us. Intentionally slowing down the breath and therefore communicating to our nervous system that now is a time to slow down. And if you feel particularly maybe up or anxious, or like you need to really relax today or right now. You can always let your exhales be audible. You can sigh the breath out of you. Because when we hear our own body exhaling, it communicates it even further to our body that we are letting go, we are releasing, and now is the time to relax. And this is something our bodies naturally will do. If you imagine coming home after a busy day and you sit on the bed or the couch, the first thing you do is, it's almost involuntary, as our bodies are intelligent. And at any point, if you haven't already, you can release all guidance over your breath altogether. And just allow yourself to step into that role of the observer or the witness. And into that perspective or point of view where you are simply watching the fact that your body is breathing, rather than having any direct impact over the rhythm or depth of the breath. But remembering how our breath is the one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. And so letting go of that voluntary guidance we just had over the breath, as we now observe the automatic process that is your body breathing you. Just like it does when you're in a deep state of sleep. Just like your heart beats constantly for you without any of your doing or direction. Watching your body breathe you the same way you'd watch any other force of nature. Not trying to change anything about what you are witnessing, but simply witnessing. Just like waves rolling up along the shoreline. You just watch each one as it comes and goes. As you just make note now of any resting expression that you feel on your face in this moment. Even with the eyes closed, if you were to catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, what expression is resting there? And making note of any emotions that could be communicated by this resting expression on the face. Maybe the brow is furrowed or the jaw is tense. The nostrils could be flared, or even the chin or ears could be holding some lingering tension. And just allow your awareness of this tension be all that you need to instead allow these areas to soften. Maybe even opening and closing the mouth a few times before you find that place where your jaw just hangs into place and the tongue releases from the roof of the mouth. As the lips rest softly on one another. as you let that sense of letting go in your mouth naturally expand throughout the face, as you feel the chin soften a bit deeper as well, along with the nose and the nostrils, the cheeks and the ears. Even the eyelids and all of those tiny muscles that scrunch up when you squint, even feeling those soften as the corners of your eyes just get a tiny bit wider, just with this release. Allowing your forehead to be wide and deep as your eyebrows relax even further. So you feel this sense that all of the muscles in the face are just ungripping from the bones, allowing the muscles of the face to release back into the support of your skin. Remembering that you do not need to hold yourself in any particular way right now. You can trust your own anatomy, and that when you let go, when you soften the muscles in the body, everything is held right where it needs to be. So you can let that same sense of release and trust in the face naturally trickle down the whole scalp, down the back and sides of the neck, as you allow the rest of the body to soften even deeper. The shoulders becoming heavier, the hands relaxing further, all the muscles across the abdomen softening, releasing, and almost hugging the organs. Releasing your glutes as you let your pelvic floor be wide and deep. As you fully release yourself into the surface that is beneath you. Surrendering the body to the earth beneath that surface. Remembering how not only can you trust your own anatomy, but you can trust your body here on this earth. And that when you let go fully, even when you're in the deepest state of sleep, you do not float away and you are not crushed, but with the earth and with the force of gravity all around you, you are held exactly where you need to be. Again, without any of your doing or direction. And so you can allow yourself to just be right now. And even if it's just for a split second, witnessing yourself exactly as you already are. Not how you would prefer to be, or how you wish you were, or how you felt a few days ago, or how you hope to feel in the future, but how you are in this moment. even if there is a lot of pain and sorrow present in the body, or anything that is uncomfortable. Allowing yourself to sit with those things as well. Remembering that this practice is not about putting love and light on top of everything. It's not about ignoring all of the bad and focusing on all of the good. This practice is about showing up for yourself and the world exactly as it is, which will always be a combination of things that we call good and bad. And so sometimes when we are in a phase of suffering, the best thing we can do to ease our suffering is just allowing ourselves to let go of that extra heavy layer of resistance to the suffering, resistance to what is. All of those voices in the head that say, I don't want to feel this way, or no, 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 just resisting whatever is happening. That alone can be the source of great suffering. And so if we can catch ourselves when we're having those thoughts of denial, maybe, and remind ourselves that whatever is happening, it's happening. And the only way that we move on from events, from feelings, is by moving through them. And it is safe for you to feel what you are feeling. Even if that needs to be released in the form of screaming or crying or punching a pillow, maybe even laughing or crying until you're laughing. But whenever that wave of emotions bubbles up from within you, and if you're in a safe space, doing your best to allow it to release, because it will lighten your load ultimately. You will not drown and you will not be crushed by your emotions. And the fact of your existence is proof of that. You've already lived through so many difficult emotions and events. You've already experienced so much pain and suffering, and you are still here. You were not crushed. You did not float away. Even if you were hiding for a long time, that is okay. We all move through these phases of life, these phases of nature that we see everything else moving through. And we give everything in nature permission to move through these phases besides ourselves at times. We don't assume that there's anything wrong with the trees when they're shedding their leaves. We don't assume that the moon is being punished when it's in a new moon phase, when it's in the shadows. And so, why do we do that with ourselves? We all tend to do that. We tend to punish ourselves for feeling bad or for feeling like we're in darkness. But if we can catch ourselves when those punishing voices are popping up. We can almost use those voices alone as cues for us to instead remind ourselves that whatever it is that we're feeling is temporary. That is the only guarantee in life, is that everything changes, especially how we are feeling. And so you're allowed to do whatever it is that you need to do to comfort yourself, to make it to that next moment, if that's how bad things are, or to comfort yourself to make it to the next day. Because you can count on the fact that you will be full once again. A new moon never stays in the shadows forever. It does always become a full moon once again. And all of those phases in between that are noteworthy as well. And so you can also give yourself permission to make the most of all of the good stuff that you're feeling right now as well. And to shine brightly if you're in a really positive place in your life. And to release any guilt. You do not need to feel guilty for feeling good when you know that so many are hurting. But you can instead use that goodness that you feel to shine for those who are hurting, knowing that the tables will turn at some point, and someone will be shining a light for you one day as well. And we will continue to move through these phases that we are not meant to escape, but we are just meant to experience. And so you can continue to listen and to feel whatever is present for you to feel. Continue to soften your body into whatever it is that you're feeling. As you listen to the following words written by Hanan in her book called Beauty in the Stillness. And just allow anything that feels like it resonates with you to soak in a little deeper and not worrying about the rest. Change your story. When you take a bird's eye view of your life, how does it make you feel? Are you proud of the decisions you've made? Are you content with your surroundings? Do you feel bliss during your daily routine? Are your experiences fulfilling to you? And do you feel passion for your work? Is the relationship you have with yourself filled with love? If you are not satisfied with your life, if you are misaligned with the way you've been living, then go out into the world and change it. Allow yourself to shift what you see from a bird's eye view. Set clear intentions on the life you do want to live and how you want to feel. Make decisions from the perspective of who you want to become, and start acting in accordance with that version of you. You owe it to yourself to design a life worth feeling pride for. A reminder to slow down. Take a breath. Take your time. Be aware of where you are, how you are, and what you are. Pause the constant need to do something, to be something more, or to achieve another goal. Visualize your dreams, but don't let them force you to step away from the present moment. Don't compromise the now in order to get lost in the future. Be where your feet are and simmer all that the world is offering you today. Whether it's a high, a low, or an in-between, this chapter of your life is meant to be savored. It's meant to be enjoyed and experienced to its fullest potential. It will teach you something, or it'll grant you a gift. But it is only when you are in rapid mode that you tend to miss out on the good stuff. The stuff that makes you who you are, or the memories that define your existence. So inhale, exhale, and slow down. You still have time. And then lastly, human experience. The purpose of life is not to feel bliss at every moment. It is to find equilibrium through the entire spectrum of emotions. We must allow ourselves to witness every dimension our feelings can go, to experience all that our minds and hearts are capable of. Remove the self-inflicted pressure to be happy and joyful all of the time. Get rid of the idea that you are failing anytime you feel sad, empty, or angry. All you need to do is strive to be in a place where you are no longer judging yourself for what you are naturally feeling. You must invite in every emotion, thought, and feeling that arises as they come. This is how you'll live a raw, dimensional, and authentic human experience. You can just take the next few moments to allow each and every word that you've heard today and each and every feeling that you've felt today to settle within you. As if your body is this big snow globe and every word and feeling just a little speck of glitter swirling around in the snow globe. That is you. And now is the time where we set you down and let the glitter settle, let the air clear. And just trusting that anything at all that you heard today that resonated with you, or struck a chord with you, or rang true in some way, trusting that that feeling sometimes comes when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allow these truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition, to trust your own instincts. So if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can just let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you feel this contact of your palms and fingers to one another, as you feel this rhythm of your own heartbeat into your thumbs, as your thumbs pulse back toward your heart. As you feel all of this power generated through you, through your own heartbeat. And taking a final deep and full breath into the body, getting as full as you can. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all that you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.